William Thompson was meant to be here this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So just ask all the questions you were meant to ask Willie, and we'll answer them because he abandoned us last minute.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Is this
episode number 44, 45?
44, I think. We're
44.
nearly at a year, which is pretty
Took
cool.
44 episodes just to finally kill Pete.
Yeah, no interrupting this week. Smooth sail.
I was going to say which one I was going to say it. No, Pete's off on annual leave.
Yeah.
Pete, we thought he'd give him a wee bit of time off to take a break, go get his head showered over in sunny Spain, as you went.
Yeah, right. His sister put up on Instagram a photo of the beach, and I'm very jealous. I would much rather be sipping cocktails on the beach than sitting
being here
with you
with us guys
on
being
a Friday. Yeah, I'm gigging later on at like 8:30, and it's just waiting around the house all day to go gig.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know whether to go to the gym, don't know what this, that, but
just stay in and start drinking.
Yeah,
that's the ultimate thing to do.
I'm on second half, or else I would have tried to get down to the American as well.
What are you doing?
The Balmoral.
The Balmoral gig, yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. You're a big fan.
Enjoy that, sir. It'll be a lot of fun for you.
You're a big fan yourself. So yes, but this is the last time there was just two people. It was you and Pete.
Yeah.
And that episode is over 1,000 views. So this one needs to hit 2,000 views. So share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones.
We'll be paying for sponsored ads on this. Well, you will be paying for sponsored ads on this one.
The German national team.
There's one thing consistent with all these episodes that bang views. The Don's in it.
You're in it, yeah. Don Robbie.
Don Robbie. Well, also because I'm the only one who knows how to record the podcast.
Yeah. Because when you're in America, if you go to America this summer, what happens to the podcast? Do I need to learn how to edit it?
See, I was actually thinking recently, let's just say longevity. Could we do a Zoom podcast?
I would be up for that.
I think it's worth us still, you know what I mean? No matter what happens, I think we could try a Zoom episode one week.
Yeah, well, I would be up for it. We suggested a few times recording in places that isn't my house or Pete's house or your house. We've done all three of our houses, but I'd like to maybe go somewhere.
I want to get down and record Madden's one week. I would love to do that, and even just the pints as well. I think see next year, come on, staff do. I've already got big plans in place.
Big plan, nice.
Record a podcast, proper venue, and fucking just get on the. Is it the Riz? You say
there is. Work the Riz
Work the Riz, yeah. Is Riz pulling? Is that what that means?
Riz is like charisma, so charisma. So and then you just need to try and put it. So I give her respiratory problems. I took her to Risburn Swimmers. Swimmers. Yeah.
That sounds so underagey.
Yeah, so I went, I'm a master's in Rizonomics.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's just coming up with as many as possible. Riz Khalifa, the Wizard of Oz.
Have you had time to write these down, or is this just how common this phrase is?
Just flinging them out in the group chat.
Right, okay.
And then I was working in the school one day. And
Cristiano Ronaldo, like that kind of shit?
Yeah.
There we go.
But I was working in the school one day and there's a Polish kid and I went, I call you Adolf Hitler. And he's like, I'm Polish, do you know what Hitler done to Poland? And I was like, oh fuck, sorry about that.
I tell you what, he probably did drop serious Rizzo.
Hitler did?
Yeah, you'd like to think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean
Was Hitler married? No.
He was married. He went with his niece, and then he got married to Eva Braun. But Hitler was sort of famous for being a really good speaker. So technically, Hitler had Riz.
Hitler's got Riz. There you go.
There we are.
There's the title of the podcast.
Hitler has Riz. Yeah.
Hitler's got Riz.
While I sit in a Germany top and describe Hitler.
This episode's full propaganda.
That's the guy with a second name after a dictator talks about how Hitler has Riz. Probably did have a bit do you get that many people to vote for you?
Who do you think famous people would have Riz? Like Joe Biden, any Riz? No.
Joe Biden had just a few sex scandals, so less Riz, more apparently shoved a woman up against a wall and stuff.
Jippers crippers.
Donald Trump famously
serious Riz.
Yeah. Stormy Daniels. That was one of the topics I was going to ask. Have you been following the trial?
Of what? Who? Stormy Daniels?
Did Donald Trump?
No.
He's been arrested
Is he actually
arrested?
There's
been an arrest warrant, so they haven't put him in handcuffs to save him some dignity. But
because he has some of that left.
Yeah, but our president, there'll never be another one like him. But I'm really not doing myself favours today.
I'm just letting you talk and be like, just keep digging, Ciaran, keep digging.
Yeah, but he, Donald Trump's been arrested, and
it's hard for me to keep up. Do you know whenever someone gets arrested for something, sometimes you're like, which one of them? It's like Andrew Tate. It's like, what exactly is it that got them arrested? I know you're a cunt bag, but that's not enough.
Well, he paid got Stormy Daniels to sign an NDA. Stormy Daniels is a porn star who Trump apparently slept with. Well, he did. He most certainly did. I'm not his lawyer here.
You were there.
And apparently then so he got her he paid hush money
Okay.
So I think that this is the one that finally got him on, which is annoying because, like, of all the things,
I thought you're allowed to do NDA. Is that not legal?
I don't know. There's something that they've got him on, but of all the things that they've tried to nail Trump on, like tax evasion, sexual assault, and all, the thing that finally got him on is like an NDA, which is like, you know, how they got Al Capone on tax evasion. They've got Trump on this.
Yeah. It's like going after fucking Escobar, being like, "Fuck me, you haven't done your tax returns this year, lad."
Yeah, that's what they get you on. And like Al Capone went to jail for like 5 years just so.
But that's it. If they do get him, they'll probably only put him in jail for like a couple of weeks.
It's also just incredibly embarrassing that your former president, who's also running for president this year, is going to jail.
Is he back running? I don't know. Yeah. See, whenever people like say about comedians being woke and stepping on things they shouldn't say, like, I genuinely don't have any clue about any of this stuff. I don't follow it.
Yeah, he's going running Trump 2024. He announced. But I think that my view of it is that Trump is going to get a massive public boost from this because people feel sorry for him or feel like he's been put on a witch hunt or a public trial. Okay.
Ultimate plot twist: Stormy Daniels runs for
office. I've seen that porno. I've seen that one. It's a classic.
It ends incredibly well.
Oh yeah, it ends a sticky situation.
But that's weird because who is it? Isn't there like people like over here? You can do them over here. Like
what NDAs?
Yeah, like that's my bad. That's good gigs. He not like paid NDAs and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a super injunction. But
yeah, if you're that's like fucking super hush money, no?
Yeah, but if you're in Parliament, you've got parliamentary privilege to say they're super injunction. So that's how it came out about Ryan Giggs cheating on his wife. Member of the Liberal Democrats, this sounds like fucking politics 101, said in Parliament that Ryan Giggs was cheating on his wife.
And that's how it came out?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So, but why can you... I don't understand how you can just... So I can just pay you a favour and be like, here, don't talk about Tuesday night's gig there.
And I sign it. If I sign it, I'm not allowed to talk about it, yeah. So I won't mention the Whistling Donkey because I signed it. James Downey made me sign an NDA.
Can't disclose how the real reason why you get so many gigs at the PAV. You signed it all away.
I signed an NDA. So like, yeah. What gigs have you done this week, sir?
Have I been gigging this week? I was emceeing RB Comedy Club on Tuesday night.
Another great night,
which was a lot of fun. Really good. This week we actually have a couple of good influential people coming down, as well as really good comedians.
Stormy Daniels, Donald Trump, Joe Biden.
Yeah, we've got a couple of like people down to do a bit of PR work and stuff for us as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, do you know what it is? I was thinking like not doing it this week. I think it was you made it, and a couple of other people made a good point to me. It's the Tuesday. Most people are going back to work on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
One last night on the Raz, and nothing better than a couple of pints of Maddens and a bit of comedy.
And whiskey as well for the performers.
And whiskey, yeah. And Lear whiskey. Oh, I actually, I don't drink whiskey. Like, not my thing. I'll drink a whiskey sour and stuff like that, but like straight whiskey, no. And had a couple of sips. Lovely stuff, that Lear whiskey.
Pete, did you see Pete asked the barman in Madden's, could you make me an old fashioned? And the barman looked fucking raging.
He looks raging all the time, that barman. Like, but
Barney, he was like, what the fuck? It's a fucking pub. What do you mean an old fashioned? Yeah. And Pete was like, it's just fucking whiskey and ice, or it's whiskey, ice, sugar, and a wee bit of orange or something. And I was like, what the fuck? And on. And he goes, we'll serve you whiskey. We've even got ice for it now. I was like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna take Pete's head off here.
Pete's losing the run of himself, like walking into like some Madden, being like, give me a fucking.
I am excited. I'm very excited because I have a weird thing for seeing people's holiday photos. I love like seeing like people's meals on holiday and their pints, and I'm very excited to see the photos of the cocktails.
What do you think he's doing right now? It's what is it? 3 o'clock, so 4 o'clock in Spain.
It is 3 minutes past 3, so 3 minutes past 4 in Spain.
Yeah.
I think right now Pete is sat on a beach sipping a. No, they don't do. He's not a big lager. Sipping a cider.
Cider, yeah, on the beach.
And just going, what's better than this? Teresa, what's better than this?
Yeah, probably listen to this podcast actually is what he'll be doing. He'll be listening back. It was one of the fun things whenever you're not here, you just get to slobber about them when they're not here.
Yeah.
So let's list our worst 100 things about Pete.
Number 100, the black t-shirts for me.
Are you a fan? It's not here, so we can slag him off. Are you a fan of the regular Homer Simpson look he goes for, like just the same outfit all the time, or what do you think?
At the start, I was kind of like, oh man, come on, switch it up. But I do like it. I'm a fan of it now. It's the consistency.
Yeah.
I've looked back at some of the outfits I've worn to gigs, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You want to talk about outfits you wore to gig? What the fuck were you wearing on Monday night? The golf jumper?
Oh, the golf jumper?
What the hell was the crack? You look like Ian Poulter.
Yeah, my uncle goes, I don't want this golf jumper. Do you want it? I don't know. And yeah. So I just wore it down to the pub on Monday night because it was nice and silky.
For context, it's like, it literally is just like, those jumpers tend to be quite thin, don't they? Like a thin golf jumper, like them sort of diamond triangle shapes on them.
Pete described it. He goes, why are you dressed as my granddad's socks?
Yeah, and that's exactly what you look like.
But I thought it would be more sort of hipstery looking like, so it would look sort of like, oh, he's doing something a bit sort of old timer. But instead, I just look more like, coked up stockbroker.
Yeah, no, it wasn't old timer. It was old OAP. That's what it.
Oh yeah.
That's what it get the vibes of. Because there's like someone I remember, like people have been saying recently, like there's a fine line between like, and then they'll just say something fucking generic, and then you'll be like, but there's not a fine line between anything. Do you know what I mean? Like some people will be like, oh, there's a fine line between looking quirky and looking like an old person.
Yeah.
Well, there's not. There's a big thick line, and it's that golf jumper that you're wearing.
That golf jumper. I like it. I'm gonna take it up to Donegal tomorrow and wear it in the pubs.
That's right.
While we watch the rugby.
I'm sure your brother will be delighted. You start wearing your own clothes again.
My brother, for anyone who has been following the jumper saga, guys, I went round to my parents one night and got drenched on the walk to their house. So I went in to my brother's room, who doesn't live there anymore, and was like, I need to change clothes, and found a lovely jumper that I then decided not to take off me for the next 6 days. And he caught me wearing it, and sounds like he caught me cheating or something. He caught me wearing it, and I tried to gaslight him basically and say, no, I bought this jumper. But then he showed me the Depop receipt, and I went, well, I also bought it on Depop, but my mum has got involved, and then I have to bring it round. That's the scandal.
She'll always throw you under the bus.
I know, it's
like,
bad.
I have that thing with my brother too, though, where like he'll borrow my clothes because he's younger than me.
Yeah,
like all the time, but I don't mind as long as whenever I come back home or I want to wear it, it's there. Like all the clothes that I want to wear are in my actual house now. Anything that's left at home is, work away, kid.
I don't know. Since I moved out, I brought it all. I don't want to risk my brother going near it, like, because I've seen him wear my clothes, and I'm like,
he looks too good in them.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah,
no, he's not, sir. Do you know how hard it is to rock this top?
Yeah, pretty tough actually. It looks like.
Yeah. I've put on a lot of weight since I first bought this top. It is bursting at the seams.
It actually looks like a vintage Republic of Ireland jersey when I first saw it. Didn't think it was the Deutschland.
The Deutschland?
Deutschland? No.
Of the Germans. Well, one of the main questions that I got asked, and I know a lot of people were ripping the piss out of it, was when I asked this week, I was like, any questions? I had 3 people ask, will Spurs ever win a trophy in your lifetime?
And the answer is definitely no.
I've seen us win one trophy in 2008.
You are an absolute joke, like Antonio Conte let go, fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I would love to do a football podcast because I know people at the podcast probably don't want us to chat about football, or maybe they do. Let us know actually. But fuck, it was so funny.
Well, Antonio Conte just losing the rag,
and then you letting him go. These are so in the mud, and then Arsenal meanwhile are fucking gonna win the league.
Okay,
put it out there.
Well, coming up this week, I'm actually, by the way, I think we should address because next week I'm going to be away, and it'll be you and Pete.
Oh yeah, we touched on this last week about the London thing.
So I'm going to London this week, which I'm really excited for.
How long are you going for?
I'm going over on the Thursday, and I've got a gig on the Thursday night. I've nothing on the Friday, and then I have a gig on the Saturday. So I'm not going.
It's competition on the Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was promised. Not promised. The guy said, "I'll get you a few gigs," and he was just text me 2 weeks before. I've texted him 2 weeks before, and he's seen it. I texted him this week. Was it? Bro, any chance? Yeah. Any chance? And he's seen it and not replied. So I'm almost just happy to have 2 gigs because then I've got Green Room this Monday, and I've also got RE Comedy Club on Tuesday. So that's still 4 gigs in the 1 week, and I can treat London as a holiday as well.
Exactly. I think I would whenever I'm going now. I'm going to the Arsenal game on the Friday night, so I go 2 weeks time. Yeah, 2 weeks time, or the week after, whatever it is, and. Yeah, so an Arsenal game on the Friday night and then the comedy on the Saturday. And I was going to try squeezing another gig. I was like, what's the point? There's enough shit to do in London. Don't really need
to do gigs. Just got the competition?
Yeah, I'm just doing the competition and that's it. Like,
it's a holiday as well. Like, you got to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
The Friday, like, my mate lives in sort of Camden, I think. So we're going to go to a load of wee small bars and stuff.
Nice.
Treat ourselves. Craft beer. Bed for 10. Perfect.
I'm thinking of going to one of them. I know you won't like this. One of the Brewdog spots over there.
Well, Brewdog had a lot of sort of shit come out about them.
Did it?
They were cancelled, so they were.
Fuck's sake. So I don't want to hear this. I like Brewdog whenever I went there once in like flipping, where was it, Scotland, Edinburgh? I think I went to Brewdog and it was good.
It's there. No, they were cancelled. So I'm just.
What did they do?
Apparently the owner was a real bastard to his employees, like. So.
For fuck's sake. I was really looking forward to that too. God damn it.
As he says in his Nike jumper.
Me? What?
Oh no! I'm saying like people who I'm slobbering about something. I'll wear Nike. I know, yeah.
You wore a Germany top off. Fuck me, Brewdog's bad.
Brewdog's bad. Like, see what we got up to in the 1930s.
Yeah.
not as bad as Brewdog. Not as bad as Brewdog, guys. Let me tell you.
I'll be doing this podcast next week on my own.
Yeah.
Pete will be away on holiday still, and he'll be back actually. But you'll be cancelled. It'll be great.
Yeah, no. But yes, let me see what I took a few topics down this week, so I did, bro. Yeah. Just so we can. We're going to have the competitions I was going to ask as well, right? So we've done a few competitions, right? Comedy wise, and I think like this is what we're doing in London. I think if it doesn't go well in London for you? Would this be the last competition you do? Would this be you going, right, you know what it is?
See, the thing with comedy competitions are, like, unless you win it, you feel hard done by, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No matter, even like you turn on the audience, you turn on the judges, and it just makes you a real bitter bastard. Like I did that thing, I think with Madden's one week, it was like, do you know that Kanye West thing when he wins the MV?
Yeah.
Is it the VMAs?
Yeah.
For the first time? Or the MTV Awards or something like that, and it's like, everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know. Like, I did that, but found out because I didn't win.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't fun. I was just like, this is shit.
It's just like,
you have to treat it as a gig, just a gig. Don't be saying it's a competition. Just try to have the best gig you can.
But then I almost came away bitter from like the second. It was Cherry Comedy was the one that I remember like doing the heat from it, and I came away thinking like, fuck, I've done well there. Like, and then the next day I was in work. And like I couldn't fathom it. I was like walking up and down the stairs in the Miles Squad. I'm like, what?
I was robbed.
Yeah. And then it makes you doubt your own ability and stuff. And I was kind of like sickened at myself. And it also made me realize like I shouldn't be like hating on other comedians or getting wound up because I didn't get through and they did. Like,
yeah, I think what I do with comedy is like, it sounds like a stupid Matthew McConaughey fucking speech. My hero of me in 5 years. It sounds like that, but like my biggest competitor in comedy is me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want to do more than what I did last year, more than I did last week. Do you know, like that sort of thing? But like, see, whenever you're directly put up against other people, it's like, so, like, I'll give you a prime example. We went to Galway for the final of Show Me the Funny.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy that won, Mark Maloney, fantastic comedian.
Very different act, very alternative.
Very different act. And I'm like, I don't even know how you compare yourself to the guy that won. Like, you can't say you're worse or you're better or you're anything because he's such a different kind of act. But then do you just judge it on who got the biggest laughs on the night? I don't know. It's so weird. And then Pete's touched on this before. You have that wishful thinking that like you come off and you're like, right, I've scored myself here. I'm probably top 3.
Yeah,
and then someone else goes on,
head.
and then you're like, I don't want them to do well. And you're like, just go to a gig and enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean?
Because even after Show Me the Funny, we went out on the Raz after with them, and I was kind of like, why am I like still bent up and frustrated about this? I just need to go out and enjoy it. Like, we've all had a great gig, and let's go and have a few pints. This is after the final of the first one. Like, but
it was nice because it was nice for me because the first one I did was Galway, and I got through to the final, and that was a nice feeling just to get through. But you weren't like on your own. It's like, this feels like a bit of validation. But I think to win something like that, I don't think I would have got the same buzz.
What you said about being better than you are last year, your hero was yourself in the future. This is a real fucking Tom Smith of a podcast. Guys, you know what do you call that guy from Uri, by the way? Get out of bed and get your suit on.
So John, right, mad. So anyone that doesn't know Andy Malone, he basically owns that PX, like,
what do they do?
Microwave meals.
That's what he does.
He's a microwave meal guy, right? But he basically during lockdown started doing a thing, like he was all into his content and all, and he started doing like a call out video.
Yeah.
For like, what was it called again? Bullies or something. Like, he basically called people that were bullying him and giving them shit online.
See, when you bastards, the thing about Northern Ireland is we are so self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And you're like, mate, what are you on?
Yeah, well,
and a lot of stuff. Yeah, sorry. Well, I mean, what are you on that makes? What are you? You're on to a winning formula, pal. That's what I mean.
He's on about 500 calories a day with his low cut health meals.
You're on to a winner there, pal, and keep doing what you're doing. We're big fans.
Winners win.
Winners win. Yeah. You're like, there's Tom Smith, and then you're like the like super Tom Smith.
Yeah.
He's eviler Tom Smith.
Yeah, so he would like get on every week and just do like a troll busters. That's what it was.
What do you call it? Trolls?
Yeah, but one of them was, do you know our good friends of Here's the Crack podcast?
Yeah,
that we are oh so fond of. Them boys did a video and like they were like slagging him off, being like, you know, they were calling him a melter or whatnot, and he called them out, and they did what I think the opposite of what they should have done. They basically put out a big like public apology statement.
Don't back down.
I was like, lean in and call him a freak.
Don't back down. Double down. That's what he says.
How do we call it then?
Who do we call it?
Who do we call it that'll give us clout and then we don't back down from?
Fuck. Who do we call? I'm trying to think. Who's someone that's big in the public eye right now? Because I want someone who's going to also take me to court.
Yeah. Who could we do? What do you call the guy? Frank Mitchell. I think we could take on Frank Mitchell.
What about your mate?
Who's my mate?
The Ballymena boy.
Stefan. He's coming down. He's coming down on Tuesday night. I like Stefan.
Stefan, I'm going to fight you on Tuesday night. Listen to the podcast today. I'm going to fight you on Tuesday night in Madden's. That's my set. I'm just going to get up and drop the mic and be like, let's go, tough guy.
Him come up to you, he's like, what do you think of the easy foam runners? And you're like, I think they're gay as fuck.
Listen, Stefan, know what it is? Just everyone make some room in Madden's. Everyone back up, and it'll be a gladiator match.
He's like, hey. First one's on the house.
What do you think of me putting you in a coma, pal?
If you were to do one of them like TikTok channels, because I was thinking of maybe it could be a good way to do promo for the club.
You want me to go out? I cannot make eye contact with people.
Yeah, but I think you should go out and be like, give me your best joke, and just.
I would go, give me your best joke, and then someone would say something. I would just start walking away and being like, forget about it.
Sorry, wasted your time, basically.
Yeah,
like,
sorry. I know what it is. Forget about it. I'm sorry.
You did a thing you did at there's a gig you did in the Black Box, and you were like fake gaslighting someone, and they're like, are you starting on me? Are you fighting?
Yeah, but the guy actually did think I was starting on him.
Yeah,
and then
you're gonna scrap.
His mates had to pull him back basically and be like, he's joking. I didn't back down then. I leaned into it.
You did lean into it?
Yeah. But maybe a bit too much.
Upon reviewing the footage on the VAR, it's kind of that like, I didn't see it at the time, but I was like, it does seem like you're starting on him.
Yeah, it does genuinely just look like I want to fight this guy. There's no joke there. Because I wanted to upload it and Pete was like, no, don't.
This is not the vibe. Yeah, this is not a good look.
See, speaking of like, to go back to the point I was making before we went off on the Andy Malone road, basically, I was watching clips back from like old sets I maybe screen recorded from when Luke sent me them from the PAV to be like, what is there here that I can clip and maybe, you know, help promote my solo show.
Yeah.
And this time last year compared to now, it is, some of the bits I was doing were fucking terrible. Like,
I've been doing a similar thing. Like I think I was saying to you like how I hated all my material.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry for anyone that went to Speakeasy last year, but some of the material is dog shit.
Yeah.
From me, anyway. I'm not going to speak on yours, like, but like, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
There's a bit that I do, and I looked at it and I was like, that's a street joke. That's just a straight street joke. I've got up and tried to pass off.
Yeah.
And I'm reading that, watching it, being like, and even I get up on stage and I speak with like no enthusiasm at all.
Yep.
And like just sort of get up and sort of like play with a mic stand a few times, like it's a fucking.
You went through a phase of that. I remember this is the time you were like, I want to be able to just like lean on the mic stand and sort of do whatnot. And for some reason, you were just like, I don't know, you just like fucking wiggle it around like it was a gear stick. I don't know.
I remember physically destroying my own mic stand, like just taking the head off it and all one gig in the Jaggy Nettle. That like the difference between this year and last year, even like the gigs, like I tried running like Love and Death didn't run, Jaggy Nettle.
Death, Extra Death.
Yeah, that wasn't a great gig. Like I remember texting the guy from Love and Death, like being like, right, so the second one was good, why don't we get a third one going? And he didn't reply, and then like a week later a news story came out about the bar, and I went, that makes sense.
God, you're really in tune with the news. I need to fucking read more newspapers or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Is that why it went away? Something happened?
Well, the bar manager never replied to me, right? And then I went around to our local one night at the Lansdowne for a few pints, and I walked in and he was behind the bar, and I went, all right mate, how's it going? And he just pretended like he didn't know me.
No way.
And I went, all right, can I get a brewdog and a pint of Heineken? And he went, yeah, you like that brewdog and all? And I went, yeah, it's me. And he went, and he just kept ignoring me, and I went, it's me. It's like we sat and had a conversation about for 20 minutes about our ideas for a comedy club here, and he just kept ignoring me and was like, I went, like me, like, do you not remember me? And he was like, so that'll be 1770 in total.
No way.
Yeah, absolute. Like, can't look at me in the eyes.
I hate that. I hate when people do that thing where they like they pretend like they don't know you.
Yeah.
Even though you've had even if like do that, sometimes you be steaming, you get the fear, and then like you bump into someone.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is pretend you just haven't met before.
Yeah.
But like you only see, do you know there's some people you only see on nights out?
Yeah.
Like pretend you just don't know each other.
I do like not like when someone I barely know, they just pretend they don't know me, and I pretend I don't know them.
No, why? But just like I don't pretend I'm their best friend, but I sort of just be like, do all the shit talk, like, oh, so what have you been doing yourself? All that
so fuck that. Just ignore
so you're
me.
just gonna be like, nice to meet you for the first time again.
No. If I'm in a club and I see someone, I would rarely be in a club. If I'm in a bar, in the club, if I'm in the club, with say I'm in like the Lansdowne, right, and I see someone that I went to school with, I probably called them Grease Lightning in school because their hair was greasy and stuff. Or like, this is one guy I have in my head in particular, right?
Yeah, Danny Zuko.
He had the last time I seen him, he had 2 warts on his chin and asked me, did I want a cigarette? And I was like, no. And like, he also changed his name about 5 times in school. But I just remember like seeing him in a bar, and he'd added me on Snapchat, and I declined the request. So I just kind of looked at him, and he looked at me, and he gave me like such a dirty look and walked away. And I went, that's perfect. That's what I want in life.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to speak to you.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But it's kind of happens with like Instagram as well, where someone follows you but you don't know them.
Yeah.
And then you meet them, and then you go, let's not make this weird. Let's pretend we don't know who we are at all here.
Like if I see someone in a bar and we're not mates or we've never actually spoken properly, I like doing the owl. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Or if you see someone on like the street, always the awkward long corridors. You work in a school, you probably get this. Know what I'm talking about. Like the long streets, and like just pretend you just don't see each other until the point where it's just like Hey. How's
Could
it
I
going?
ask a question?
Go on.
What are the chances of me getting to go for a wee in Boston?
wee? Yeah,
After
we're
my
going.
birthday, you were a bit hungover. What did you decide the grub would be that would, evidence wake me up and said?
I thought about it. I debated it. I took a lot of time. I did a lot of research. Collected a lot of data. Put into a spreadsheet. And what I decided was the best option was Monte Carlo in Lurgan and in Belfast. They were the top 2 answers because they're in 2 different places. Know what I mean? Monte Carlo.
He got out of bed and he drove hungover. From
No, I
Monte
didn't. I
Carlo.
got them delivered. Like, let's not lose one of ourselves.
is it? Oh, right.
Because they deliver as well.
They deliver as well.
They deliver as well.
So why the hell are you guys not getting Monte Carlo?
You didn't even need to get out of bed.
No.
Did you just let the delivery driver
I
come
was
in?
naked when I ordered it, and I was naked when I had it. Monte Carlo.
Get it?
Can you edit? Or
I can edit, or I can just ramble away. What will I talk about while you go? So Kieran's away for a piss. For anyone that doesn't know, yeah, I'm running out of things to say already. I might as well promote my own show here while Kieran's away for a piss. Actually, so Newry on the 24th of June. Sean McAleavey is coming to Newry Shamrock's newly renovated social club. This is lovely. This is the longest I think I've ever talked in this podcast without being interrupted by anybody. So yeah, that's happening. Madden's is obviously on every single week. Shameless plug as well there. The open mic scene has been booming. So if you actually ever wanted to try stand-up comedy, come on down, sign up every Tuesday. Did you pee there?
Yeah.
No, you did not.
Yeah, that was fucking lightning piss.
Did you actually pee?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Madden's there and how good it was, but yeah, continue on.
I didn't wash my hands.
You sure you never do, sir?
I know,
And that's your
listen.
microphone, so I don't care.
Oh, happy days. Touching the shaft. Listen, no. Like, when I'm in work and stuff as well, I like to be left alone. Like, I don't want to be
Yeah.
sitting with people to chat at lunch. Someone sits down and they're talking to me about fucking Obi-Wan, this TV series and all, and I'm like, listen, you Snyder cut virgin, I have no time for it, like.
Yeah. No, I don't mind. I've like the ones I work with are kind of good crack, like, so I quite like the office crack kind of on a lunchtime break. But I know what you mean. Like, there's times I've worked in old places where I'll just like whack in a set of headphones, head down, or go for a walk or something. Just leave me alone, like.
Yeah, like, thankfully now, like, I've got unlimited internet and work. I can just sit and do admin work for comedy and stuff. And then there's a guy I work with, and he came over to me. He taken some time off and came back and went, "You still doing the stand-up?" And I went, "No, I've quit." It's just,
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna tell everyone, no, when I
quit.
on top, Michael Jordan, like,
yeah, just it wasn't for me.
got
So
my fifth ring and just dipped.
it wasn't for me, So yeah, just decided to pack it in. No, and he went, "All right, okay." I was like, "Fine."
Do you know how I know I don't want to give up stand-up comedy? Because I've said that, and I don't think I could live with like the fucking trauma
Of saying,
telling
I
people
never-
like I've tried to do this not full time, but you know what I mean. I pushed this pretty hard and then just stopped.
That is the thing of like, what happens if one day I'm just like, you know what it is? This isn't happening. Maybe I should just give it up. Like, what I've acted the hype man around my family and all that much that am I going to come in and they'll be like, "Are you still doing the stand-up?" And I'm like, "No, I wasn't actually that good at it, so I just gave it up."
We're in too deep. We're in way
Yeah.
too deep now. Like, we're just not normal guys anymore. No one understands us.
No one gets it, man. I'm worried that, like, I'll never be seen on.
I'll just
the
never
same
be able
level
to
again.
go out and just enjoy a quiet pint of game without being recognised. It's just shit.
Oh, here. Shout out to the guy from Boojum who served me on Tuesday, by the way. I'm really sorry that when you served me, I probably went into awkward mode because I was wearing the podcast hoodie.
Yep.
So I was worried, is he going to slag me for wearing my own merch or something? He goes, no, I watched the podcast. And I
No
kinda
way.
went, all right, cheers, thank you very much. But bro, you could have put on a bit more chicken on your scoop. Like, what are you playing at? And the peppers and onions, like, there were a few of them onions that you lifted out dropped back into the tray. So what's the crack with that?
What are you doing? The onions coming out of your pay salary, bro? Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the
I'm going to go back in after this week's pod and hopefully double chicken on the house, bro.
No, but that's the thing. Like, skimp with everybody else, but when the Dons come rolling, you gotta
when
fucking
Don,
whack out
when
that
Don
double
Franco
scoop.
comes in, yeah, I want a double scoop. And see if you want to put a bit of chorizo in. I'm
don't charge me, that's fine.
Yeah, because chorizo crunch is nice, but if you want to add a wee bit more in, I'm your man.
What's one thing Boojum don't do that you think they should do? They should add.
Prawns.
I hate you so much for that answer.
What?
Why would they do prawns?
Like prawns in a bowl, like, I think
But
it'd be
that's
nice.
not Mexican anymore.
It is. It's since when's fucking chicken Mexican?
Mexican chicken.
But it's universal Mexican.
You never heard of pollo, bro?
Right? Yeah,
They've literally got a word for it in Spanish.
yeah. But like, I'm sure they've got a word for. They do. Gambas is
That's
Spanish
fish,
for
isn't it?
prawns.
Something- yeah.
Yeah. Pescado is Spanish for
Yeah,
fish.
I think you're because Boojum's Mexican food, and they don't really do seafood, Mexicans.
But I was telling you now, or halloumi. If they don't
This is
halloumi
like
or something.
this is like when places put fucking chicken goujons in a taco. I'm like, bro, if the Mexicans can see what we were doing to their food, there would be World War III here. Like,
Boojum, I'm calling you out. Do shrimp. It would be, shrimp prawns. We're not American. Do prawns for like the summer or something, and see it'll slap. You'll sell out every week.
do you know what I'd love to see in a franchise that don't have it at the minute? Subway. I would like to see coleslaw on the menu.
I had a Friar Tuck's last night, so it is.
What do you think?
Well, I've had them before. Like
What'd you go for?
I had just a chicken burger. Like
Coleslaw burger with chicken.
yeah. The only problem is, right? See, for $5.29, you don't get enough of it.
What do you mean?
Like there's not enough fucking chicken there. I could have 2 of them.
Oh right, yeah. Did you not get anything else with it? A wee chip or anything? No,
nothing. Raging at myself, like.
You've got to get right. This is your two options. This is your only option really when you go in. You get a super FT meal, which is like a chip with the chicken gravy sauce all over it, class, and then a chicken burger with the coleslaw on it and a drink. Don't know how much
both
that is. That all comes together.
Because for $5.29 for the chicken burger, that's breaking the bank.
That is steep, especially But then if you want to go, if this is what I do, if you want to go all out, you can get a Supreme Super FT meal, which is a chicken supreme. So like that chicken that you get in the burger, cut up on top of the chip with the
gravy sauce over it,
with the gravy sauce over it, and a chicken burger with coleslaw. Oh Jesus, boy, I'm getting fucking horned up. Just
there's a lot of food talk this week, isn't there?
I'm starving today. Like I haven't had anything.
How's it going? Do you want to drive me to the gym after this?
No.
That would suit me well.
Why would I drive you to the gym?
Because I don't drive.
That's a you problem, not me.
I know. I need to learn.
Right, tell the listeners.
Right.
Give us a date when you'll be driving by. And I'm going to validate it here. If you say something like Christmas, I'm going to be upset.
I'm going to say October. October's not summer, because we'll have to take 2 weeks off for Edinburgh if we get in.
Why not try to get it done before Edinburgh?
I'm working on it, like, but it's hard. Like, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's.
Have you got your theory yet?
No, it's my Mount Everest, so
right. I'll cut some slack, 'cause I know Pete's going to listen to this and Gurn, because he rules with an iron fist. Pete. Theory by the latest The Fringe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I'll have that done, yeah.
Yeah, so nail the theory, because it lasts a year then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then test by Halloween.
Okay. Are we shaking on this?
We're shaking on this.
There we are,
shaking
folks. Because
I'm not going to punish you if you don't do it, because it's punishment and it's enough in itself not being able to drive.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
And having to turn down gigs, I suppose. As well.
Yeah. Like I see the amount of gigs that I've been offered in Dublin that I'm like, I have to get the bus here, so that can be fucked. See, if I drove, I'd put the tunes on. I'd listen to our wee podcast on the way down. I'd be flying.
Do you listen to this podcast back?
I listen to it on Spotify. I don't watch it back.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I
listen to the podcast back sometimes. Didn't listen to last week's because I fucked up the audio and it pained me too much.
No, to be fair, I did kind of skip through the.
Apologies for last week. I didn't listen to the audio. You know what it's like. Fuck me when you're producing, starring, editing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Well, listen, I've also taken a hand in editing the clips now, so I've.
Yeah, I hear they look good.
And yeah, I'm happy with myself. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure you are.
Like Spielberg, if you're fucking Spielberg, if you're about and want to give me a call. Just let me know. I'm doing a lot of shout outs. I'm turning into Andy Malone in this podcast.
Yeah. We may as well start doing a fucking troll cast, whatever the hell you call it. Calling out all the trolls as well. We don't have trolls though, which is nice.
We just have people who hate you.
What?
You just get dogs abuse on TikTok.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, fucking fair enough.
I got one hateful comment on TikTok and it hurt my feelings, so I deleted it.
Yeah, I think out of everybody, I think I take it the best. You and Pete probably take bad comments pretty the heart, like.
Yeah, I remember Pete said I woke up at 6 in the morning after I'd been out the night before, and Pete sent in a message to our group chat at 1 in the morning going like, "Oh, Kieran, don't want to worry you, but someone had texted into Mickey's podcast lecture and I'm slobbering about the Bellevue gig." And then I remember not being able to go back to sleep. I was panicking that much.
You're full on Undertaker, just like, what?
Yeah.
Who said it? Where do they live? Who do I need to fucking chat to here?
Yeah, but then I was going back through Mickey, and this is at 6 in the morning, going back through Mickey and Connor's podcast, being like, what's this person said?
Yeah,
because that gig was a disaster. Like,
that was pretty bad. Like, that was the one thing I seem to not always get.
Yeah,
but when you're like posting on TikTok and if something gets a bit of traction, it's like, I think Shane talked about this when he gets a Belfast Live article written about him.
Yeah,
someone will just go who underneath it.
Yeah.
There's just no matter what it is to go. It's like, Shane Todd releases 10 nights in the Grand Opera House, and the top comment will just be who.
There's always one dickhead.
Shout banter, but the one I always seem to get is this supposed to be funny? But it's always just one person. The rest of them tend to be nice and liking it.
Or they'll tag their friend and be like, "You'll like this" and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I remember with the Bellevue as well, like that gig, fuck me. The guy was like, I went, right, the room holds 100, and he went, okay, and I went, but it was sold out, so we sold 100 tickets, and he went, release more on Eventbrite. And I was like, but the room holds 100. And he went, yeah, but I don't want to turn anyone away. So it was the day of the World Cup. So it was just like all these fucking reprobates in. And I was like, that sounds bad calling people who came, but they weren't there to see the comedy show.
Yeah.
They were there to watch
just
football,
sitting at the bar,
watching
ordering
football
drinks,
on their
watching
phones.
football, and then chatting, and then you'd tap them in this room and like, shh, and they'd be like, who the fuck do you think he is?
They genuinely started on me 4 times.
There's nothing worse than having to tell someone to fuck up at a gig. As a promoter,
Yeah.
like tap someone on the shoulder and go, here, would you mind being quiet? Because they go, who the fuck do you think you are? And you're like, bro, just shut up.
This isn't me calling people who bought tickets though, but it's the people who were downstairs and they were like, oh, there's a comedy show on.
Yeah.
So they all went up, about 50 of them went up with their phones still with the World Cup on, watching the World Cup, and then just heckling. And I was like, fuck you guys. Like,
Always makes a good audience member that someone's watching football, isn't it? Like,
someone's watching fucking Ecuador and Saudi Arabia play. And then like meanwhile like people are up trying to do stand up. It was
and you wouldn't mind too. It was a fucking like William Thompson. Was it Willie was on?
Willie,
he was on.
Ian Thompson,
you,
me.
Pete. Like, it was an unbelievable lineup. You would have had such a better night if you just listened to the show. Oh, I don't know. I don't understand people like that come to comedy. That's what I like about smaller gigs. It's more scundering for people, and you can call it out. In the bigger gigs, it's like it's easier to lose them.
It's harder to find who it is. It's maybe heckled you in the bigger gigs as well.
Yep. I had that at the Glenowan, and like it's a great venue and does great gigs. But whenever you try to address someone that would like say something, they all do that like fucking totter thing and they'd be like, "Who? Me? Oh, it was him. It was him." And then they go, "No, it was him." And it's like, "No, it was you, Jackie." I was like, "There was fucking one of yous. Like, shut up."
It's where they step on like a punchline as well. That happened like when I done the Glenowan. I was building to the voice note bit I used to do, and like as soon as it was done, about 4 guys shouted, "That's my wife. That's my wife. That's my wife." I was like, "You didn't let me fucking finish it." Like, and but I like to do that gig again. Like now that I feel like
the Glenowan gig or the Bellevue.
I done the Glenowan. No, I've never done the Bellevue again. But I've done the.
Sorry if you're listening to this. People at the Bellevue are.
Sorry, people at Glengormley, but go to the Thunderdome instead.
Thunderdome. Yeah.
It'll be far
it's
better.
A better gig.
Yeah. But like I just remember like at the Glenowan thinking I could have done better there because maybe I let the hecklers get the better of me or. I wasn't as strong as my material should have been because I was scared of someone standing on the punchline.
Yeah. But that happens though, like like whenever I did it I was like, I don't think that went as good as it could have, and then all the guys are like, what are you talking about? But then also in that room it's really weird because you only hear the first 3 rows laughing, and then
that's what the
rest of it sounds like everyone's just, it's crickets, but they're not, you just can't hear for some weird reason.
That's how I felt the Kiwis a wee bit, and then I came off and Gary was like I was ace, so just in my head I was like, oh fuck, what have
I'm doing it next month. I'm buzzing. Kiwis Comedy Club is like, is there anywhere that treats you as well?
I know like we went in
a
room full of beers, like it's fucking lovely.
Do you know how much that means to us guys? A room full of beer.
Room full of beers, and also an ice machine that you could put them in.
Unreal.
And Aaron Butler kept going to me, I'll give you 20 quid if you eat a full slab of ice. Like the biggest slab, and I went
like a square like this size. What are we talking?
No, like
was a block?
Ice? Yeah, a block. He was like, I'll give you 20 quid for a block of ice, and I went, I'll do it for 40, and he went, okay. And I went,
did you have to take a wee knife and fork out and start cutting it into the ice?
I went, let me go on stage first, and when I came off stage I was like, I'm not doing it.
Tackle that ice or something.
Yeah.
But that thing would have melted too, so you could have got a bit less. You know what I mean?
No, there was an actual ice box in the green room.
For fuck's sake.
Like an actual like full freezer that constantly generates ice.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's fucking class. Show business, what?
This is it. What is the worst green room you've ever been in?
Oh, do you know what I think is genuinely the worst? I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but the Pug Uglies green room. Have you ever been there?
I don't think I've been in it. Is it just the wee sort of staff room?
Do you know that hall you have?
Yeah.
And then you can go right, and that'll take you on the stage into the room at the bottom, and then you go left. There's like literally just a fucking like closet. It was just in there.
I don't think I've been in it.
But anything that's like out of the way is good. I like to be out of the way. That's one thing I'd like to do with Madden's, just have like a proper like comedians out of the way kind of.
Yeah, well, we're all at the back. There's a booth at the back, like.
No, but I don't really like the booth at the back because it kind of gets a bit like. I would rather everyone sat and watched the show, bar the headliner, like just let him chill out in the back. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, as you'll know now from doing it, Lavery's green room is fucking great because
it is great. And also when Lavery's, when you go to go on stage, you're like out of the way the whole time until you go on stage.
Yeah,
there's something about that with comedy when you can't see them all night and then all of a sudden it's like boom, here they are.
I feel like if you're in the gig and you've nowhere to go, bar the room, like. Mm-hmm. So say like I take the Bellevue for example, like whole gig I was seeing how rowdy it was and I was sat waiting for it, and I was like, oh my god, my nerves are killing me here, like. So and then I could see sort of Willie getting heckled and people just on their phones, and it just, you get in your own head because you know you're about to go on.
The best thing about Lavery's is they have the TV and the sound playing through of it,
so you can
see
exactly
what's going on. You're like, fuck, this is great. But the absolute worst is the worst. I don't think people understand how shit crack green rooms are.
Yeah, a lot of it is just people pacing nervously.
Like in that Newton Ards, Giuseppe's in Newton Ards, lovely green room.
Yeah.
Because all pizza and nice lit and bring your own drink and stuff like that. That's great. But I was there and I thought I was pretty relaxed that night compared to most people, and like everyone's just uptight, and I was like, that's what he's all at, blah blah blah, drinking a wee beer, having a bit of pizza and all, and then people are just like fucking like literally looking like they're going to the front line.
Catherine Ryan, I think it is, out of show on Amazon, where she like shows comedians in the green room before and after gigs, and they're all like having the crack, you know, drinking, partying and all.
It's not like
it's
that.
not like that at all. You're on the toilet taking a shit most of the time.
Joe is genuinely, it's kind of like, have you seen that movie All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah, it's literally,
it's like
yeah.
you have this reality of what you think it is, and then like just this fucking Steven Spielberg-esque masterpiece of like how depressing and fucking like anxiety riddled it all is.
Like in your head, you're like, right, this is like, it's going to be everyone having the crack rolls.
There's strippers, there's fucking coke on the tables. No.
Zingers being handed out and all. I know a lot of comedians don't like being talked to in the green room. Like they're like, not out of like bit rudeness, you're just nervous and you want to go over your set.
Or you just want to focus. This is how rock and roll the green room is. Whenever he did Lavery's, right? Lavery's is a great green room, but at the end of the night, here's how rock and roll it was. Most people finished in the first half, second half was about to start. Dave Elliott just took out this hand sanitizer, poured it on the back of his hand, pure silence, no one was talking, rubbed it onto his hand, asked someone for a piece of blue roll and wiped it off because it was like a hack he'd found to get Joe Penn off the back of his hand.
He's lent me that before.
Yeah, but we were all just like watching it and goes, where'd you find that? And he told us, and I was like, this is not the rock and roll people think are happening back here right now. Like,
yeah, he gave me a bit of that before after the last
it's good gear, like.
yeah, yo
It's
kick,
fucking,
and it just came straight off like.
it's a proper life hack, like, but it's like people probably think we're back here, you know, getting strippers in, people are banging at the door trying to get in for fucking photos or some shit, and it's just no.
It's just me sitting holding back a panic attack for most of it, like. And I always feel like when someone asks me like, oh, so how's it going, like, Kieran, are you doing new stuff tonight? No, and I can't really talk, I'm not in my own head, I'm like I don't want to come across as rude, but like,
what would be your, like, say, right, let's just go hypothetical. Let's go, you make it to the big time.
okay,
Right? Money's not a problem. You get whatever you want as from a runner and green room, set up whatever way you want. What would you have?
for what?
For like your like headline show.
Boys, I haven't eaten my dinner yet. Can you hear my belly rumbling on the recording?
Oh, I can hear it.
It
Yeah.
sounds like
I can hear it. Yeah,
That would make Thunder humble, like, wouldn't it?
it would, mate. That's scaring me.
That's
Thunder,
absolutely
like-
terrifying. Like, do you know what you need, lad?
What?
You need a love pizza.
Oh, that's a good suggestion. That
I love that kind of suggestion, boy.
that's going to sort out your rumble and your retumble.
Especially today on the 2 for Thursday deal.
Oh boy, stop it.
You
'Cause
are
we record
absolutely
every
sorted today.
we record every Thursday, so I'm just thinking like before this gig, big pizza.
Uh-huh.
Sides, boys. Are we doing sides?
Mate, fuck it, on your
Why
birthday.
not just get one of their big deals, lad, and get it all? Whatever you want, lad. They
Let's
have
bring it
sorted.
in.
Here, tell you what, we'll just order it on their brand new app, will we?
Get the app up here.
Can I propose something? Garlic dip.
God, that.
Got like at the gig, I'll be walking up to people going, "All right, darling."
Gorgeous. Love
if you-
pizza.
And if you want delicious food from Love Pizza, get on their app and download their food today. It's fucking class.
Check it out. What do you mean, like?
say you're doing like fucking 10 nights in Madison Square Garden, and they
Okay.
goes, how do you want your green room to look? What do you want your runner to get you? What do you need?
Maybe like a few beers and
I'm a simple guy.
yeah, it's just like a couple of beers, a couple of cold beers, and like just like water, especially as well. And then, are we recording?
Yeah, yeah. Sort of panic.
And then ice water. It's simple, man. Like, you know.
Would you go for it? Like, I would like, Joe, I think is important to a green room, a shower facility.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be eating beforehand.
No.
So,
But dinner afterwards, food afterwards. Like,
yeah.
Because I think, was it Colin that had at the SSE, like a massage, someone doing massages or something?
So for what?
I think for his last one, yeah, he had like either like a massage or like some yoga thing. I think he had some sort of relaxation.
Johnny Bo had a barber at his.
Did he?
Yeah. So we were in the green room and they were in Limelight and they were cutting her for like. So Adam Byrne got a trim, Johnny got a trim, and then the guy was like, "Do you want a trim?" And I was like, "No."
If you touch my hair, I will cry.
Yeah, I was getting a beard trim yesterday, and he accidentally put the comb right through my hair, and I was like, "Bro, don't
Yeah, you just do it again, motherfucker.
I'm gonna karate chop you." But yes, fucking yeah, that was the most sort of mental one. I walked into the green room, and there was just a guy cutting hair.
Do you know, like I got my hair cut before coming here, and I feel like the hairs are still on me. Like, Joe, I feel rotten. I would not want to get my hair cut and go straight on stage.
Someone asking you questions, "Oh, are you up to much this weekend?" While you're trying to go over your set. It's just, it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah, no, Joe, because then I saying, yeah, this is how I would want it, right? I would want separate green rooms for me, my support acts. Do you know what I mean? So like,
Okay.
say I'm nice enough to let you do support for me.
Okay,
right?
yeah. In your
yeah, no. I'd have my room, you'd have your room, and then like you'd kind of get the gist. I'd probably leave the door open when I'm like, right.
Are you're allowed in, Ciaran?
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like, because you could be going
Yeah.
in and like getting your mind ready or whatnot, and then I'd need to have a shower.
Yeah.
There has to be a shower facility in there. Clothes and all sorted. Do you know what I would want? I'd want tins of Coke.
Tins of Coke? Or?
Tins of Coke, water, beers for after. Now, this is me being extra. Like, this is the big time. Like, this isn't...
What do you want, like some snacks?
Yeah, I'd probably go snacks. Yeah. Crisps.
Crisps, okay.
Crisps. I was going to say nuts, but then your mouth gets very dry, so no nuts.
Jesus, you don't ask for much, do you? Like,
But this is when you're a full-blown arsehole. You've made it.
But well, if I ever do make it, I want to still be known as man of the people. Like, so just
do you
just
know, like,
bottles of water, tap water. I'll do.
Ping pong table. I'll throw a ping pong table in there.
Well, I got a pool table in and a hockey table and stuff.
Yeah, an arcade basketball game.
Get a lap machine put in and all. A pool.
Stripper, obviously. I'd want a
sauna.
stripper. A stripping pole.
Eamon Holmes to be there as well.
Chicken wings, but I'd want them at every level of the Scoville scale.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't want to ask for too much.
Yeah, no, I get you a
Blue
private
cheese sauce.
a private jet in the room.
Yeah. I would want KSI in there
obviously-
doing live concerts.
This might be pushing the boat out, but Prime. Could we get Prime?
Prime, yeah, and a couple of the Prime girls to come down as well. You know,
I want Logan Paul in the Prime outfit.
yeah. KSI dressed up as that blue bottle from the rest of
We're not asking much, like, but
yeah. And then probably just, I don't know, something easy like, I don't know, like a gifted Rolex from the venue.
The venue to say thank you for playing here, Sean.
Yeah.
Here's a Rolex, a private jet, and a bottle of Prime.
Do you know what I'd love to? I'd love to come out on stage on a horse, a white horse.
Like, why stop at a horse? Why not flying?
Yeah, ziplining from the back.
The technology hasn't been invented yet, but why not be teleported into the crowd? like they make the technology for you playing their venue.
And I want Laura Woods to hold my hand as I walk through the teleporter, just for comfort in case something goes wrong. We get lost in a different dimension. I don't think this is too much to ask. Stop me if I'm being unreasonable.
No. So my dream would be like, you know, to play Fontaine's DC and I walk on stage. I'm a man of the people.
That's it.
And I'm not saying
Fontaine's live or just a wee track?
just a wee track, bro. I'm a man of the people.
Get one of them over. One of them to sing.
One of them has left the band actually to have a child.
No way.
So you know,
It's always the
he
worst.
must have been putting it about, and because the child thing came out of nowhere, so he must have been putting it about and just like, you're my baby daddy, and now he's had to.
Now he's got to
leave
settle
the
down.
band.
At least he's a good, honest man. He's going to raise that child.
Should we go into some questions, sir?
Sure, yeah.
What time?
Yeah. Let's do questions.
Let's rattle off, boys. First question.
By the way, William Thompson was meant to be here this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So just ask all the questions that were meant to ask Willie, and we'll answer them because he abandoned us last minute. It's
good. I had wrote something out for good of us to do a cross divisional podcast for the Good Friday Agreement anniversary.
Yeah,
but
there you
yeah. So first question from Ben Wasson: if you could be a professional at any sport, what would it be?
any sport. What would it be? I don't know. I think it'll be something that pays amazing, but also you're not really like in the limelight that much. Like I was going to say golf, but if you
I was going to say golf.
but if you don't make the cut, you don't get paid.
But in terms of the lifestyle and all, and say you play a couple of days in the Masters, so you don't even make it, you're still walking away with a fat check. Like,
I think I would like to play in like League One, like football.
but you're not making as much dough then.
But you're making like probably like
Man of the people here saying this, but yeah.
What do you get, like £5 a week for League One probably?
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ.
Suppose UFC as well wouldn't be bad. You can see me.
You could be concussed all the time. You get your shit kicked in.
No, but I'd be a professional, be the best ever.
Ah, right. I see. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He just says if you could be a professional.
A Formula 1 driver.
Formula 1 driver?
Formula 1 driver would be good. All you need is the like 2-3 seasons and you can probably retire for life.
Well, the answer for Pete? Darts player?
Darts player, yeah.
Yeah,
Darts
okay.
player. I'd say he'd actually love to be a pool player.
Pool player, yeah.
Pulling darts.
Pete just schooled me at pool anytime I've played him. And I was putting the licks in at Lavery's on Wednesday night trying to get better. And you know how many games someone?
How many?
None.
Against wee Andy? Is he taking you to the cleaners?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Wee Andy's a hustler, I bet.
I was trying to distract.
He's playing for money?
No. Just playing for Pred.
That's which there was none.
Yeah, there's none. Like me and Andy, like.
I remember talking a while ago on the podcast, and I definitely want to bring us in to play at some stage. The pub triathlon, the snooker, darts, and what was the other one? There's another pub game that you could do, but I want to do something like that at some stage. It'll be great crack.
If we ever done a live podcast, I think that would be.
It's never happening, sir. Let the people let us know if you want to see an RW podcast live. Let us know.
what's your experience? Sean Freel asks. No, sorry, John Leafham 636 asks, what's your experience of gigging in Enniskillen?
Have I gigged now? Let's get Pat's Bar.
Pat's Bar, I loved it. It was a great gig.
Yeah, it's a nice
It was
place.
just after Christmas, and it was myself, McCartney, William, and Kieran Bartlett, and just a lovely gig. Really nice crowd. Really up for it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was nice. It was a wee bit like echoey or something when I did it.
It was
It felt a bit empty because it's such a massive. Like that's a nightclub. That room.
Yeah, Pat's the but I think it was just a nice room, nice atmosphere. Yeah,
The backdrop's lovely. Yeah.
Enniskillen, if you want me back, I'll come back. No problem.
If you want a tour show, let us know.
Pete Giffen asks, he's this guy. He's